Hello, I hope that everyone is all right. And I do hope that your online classes are going very well during the current shutdown. Anyhow, I thought it would be helpful to record this tutorial in order to show you how to build a poll and how to set details and add questions to it. In the second part of this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create a test that pulls the questions from a poll set. To begin, you need to go to the Blackboard. Then after that, you need to go to the course. From course tools section, you can scroll down, then access tests, surveys, and polls. After that, click on polls. Okay. As you can see here, I have built many polls. Actually, instructors can use polls to create a collection of questions to use in multiple assessments, for instance, quizzes, surveys, whatever. And these polls also group questions so that they can be imported and exported as well. And the most important thing here is that these polls can be used to create random blocks. Anyhow, let's start building our poll from here. Kind of click build poll and then write the name of this poll, for example test2. Then after that you can write description and instructions if you want, for example how many chapters does this poll cover or whatever, and then you can click on submit. So here is our poll. We need to create questions inside this poll. And we can create as many questions as we want. For example, 70, 80, 50, 100, okay. So you need to go to this one, create question, and you need to choose the type of the question you want. For example, multiple answer, multiple choice, true, false, whatever. For example, I'm going to go with multiple choice. Then after that, okay, question title. Actually, I prefer to leave this empty because after all, the questions are going to be randomized, so there's no need to write anything here. You need to write a question text here. I'll give you an example. For example, is the study of sounds. This is the question text. And after that, you need to see the option here, answer numbering. Actually, I prefer none, but you can go with whatever you like. And this also allow partial credit. We will set this later. Show answer in random order. You can click on that. And then after that, you need to insert the answers. Okay, so in this case, if you want the answers to be 3, then you have to scroll down and then choose remove because you don't want them to be 4. Okay, so here we go, it's 3 now, and then you are going to write the choices. For example, here phonetics. Okay, and the next one is syntax, for instance, and here you can go with phonology. And you need to make sure that you have chosen the correct answer. For example, if the correct answer is phonetics, you need to make sure that you have chosen answer 1. If the correct answer is syntax, then you need to make sure that you have chosen answer 2. So in this case, the correct answer is phonetics. So I'm going to go with answer 1. And then after that, I'm going to write any feedback if I want or notes. Then after that, you need to submit and add another question, okay, and create another question. So you can create, as I told you before, you can create as much as you want, okay, by submitting and creating, okay. And then after that, you need to click submit. So here is our first question. In here, you have to write how many points are there for this particular question. In this case, it's 1, okay? Have to write 1 and then save the point, okay? So the total questions here are 1, sorry. Okay, and the total points 1, okay? So as I told you, you can create a question as much as you want and then click on OK. Now your poll is ready. We have only created 1. Okay, anyhow, I have created 1 before. It's here and it contains 50 questions. So we're going to continue with that one. After you're done with your poll, okay, and after it's your questions are ready inside that poll, and if you want to categorize them, then you can go with that, for example, by chapters or whatever. After that, you need to go back and access test surveys and polls again. And in this time, you're going to go with tests. After that, you need to click on Build Test. Okay, you need to write the name of the test. For example, it is second term exam, okay? After that, you need to write description and instructions. And I do, prefer to write instructions in details to the students, okay? How many attempts are there for them? How many, any details you want to inform your students with, you can write them in instructions and then submit. After that, you need to go to reuse a question, okay? And click on create random block. After that, you can go with the poll you need to import a question from. For example, in this case, I'm going to go with test. You can go with, for example, if your exam covers only 2 chapters, you can go with them. In this case, as I told you, I'll go with test. And then after that, I'll choose true, false, multiple choice, matching, jumbled sentence. And you can click on all polls question if you want. And then here are my questions. Okay. After that, I can submit. So here is my random block. It's been created. So total questions are 50 because there are 50 questions in that pool, okay? Number of questions to display to each student. So here I have to choose 20 because the exam is going to be out of 20. And then after that, I have to make sure that I assign and submit how many points are there for each question. In this case, 1 point for each question, okay? I need to make sure that I have changed this because I want the students to, I want each question to be out of 1 mark, okay? Total questions are 20 and then total points are 20. Then after that, if you want to preview the questions, you can go and see them. Okay. If you want to add a question, you can add a question. If you want to add another random block from any other chapter or from another poll, you can go with that. Then after that, you need to click on OK. Okay, so now second midterm exam has been built. Okay, so after that, I need to go to assignments and test section from here. Then after that, I'll go to test. from here, assessments, I can go to test. As you can see here, I can add an existing test, because I have already built that. Then I am going to click on submit. Okay, let me just try to make sure what's wrong. Okay, so I'll just log in again. Okay, I hope that everything is all right. Okay, again, from assessment, test, and then second midterm exam. Then I have to submit. And from here, I can set the test options. Second midterm exam, this is the name. You can choose the color if you want. And then you can add the description. Open test in new window. You can choose yes or no. I'll go with no. Make the test available to the students. And then add a new announcement for this test. This is okay. And this is, you can go with yes. Multiple attempts, you can go with that if you're going to allow attempts. Then after that, you can go with forced completion if you want the students to complete the test at one setting. And then set timer, you can put that. For example, the exam is going to be 1 hour, 60 minutes. Auto submit, you can go with on. After that, you can complete the options, for example, test availability exceptions, for example, if it's a makeup test or an excuse test for those who missed, for example, mid one. Okay, you can go and add user. Okay. Due date. Okay, you can also add due date. For example, it's going to be after 1 hour, so I'll go with this one. Do not allow students to start the test if the due date is or has passed. You can click on that. After that, you need, this is very important, you need to click on this, include this test in Grade Center. This is very important. Show test results and feedback. You can go with this, and I do prefer to choose after due date because I want them to see their answers and the correct answers after they have submitted. After that, you can also choose, for example, test, you want the test to be presented in one page on one screen, or you want it to be one question at a time. Okay, so you can go with this one. You can also click on prohibit backtracking, so whenever the student or the student has to answer one question, and if she click on next, she cannot go back to the previous one. And this, you can click that. Anyway, it's going to be randomized, so after that you need to click on submit. Now the question, the exam is ready. You need to make it just available to students. Okay. Let me show you how students will see that. I'll enter student preview, and then I'll go to assignments and test. Test, second midterm exam. Now instructions are there and the students can begin their exam. As you can see here, the information, the test information here, 20 questions for each student. So the system is going to choose randomly 20 questions and give it to one student. And this is a great thing because, you know, under this circumstances, we have to deal with, you know, this issue that we're facing. So this is a great solution, okay? And here are the number of questions. So students can answer, for example, this one and true or false, true, and then save the answer and go to the next one. And as I told you, they cannot go back to the previous one because we have prohibit backtracking. So matching here A, B, C, whatever, and then they can save the answer. Okay, and go, etc. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and thanks so much.